Hello, my name is Robel Gaither and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today on my channel, I am finally back making another amazing project, and today I am making like these messenger saddlebag type bags, and it's really cool. I love the patterning that I did on these bags and the detailing. It came out so dope. So I'm gonna go ahead and show the piece and talk about it, and let's do that. So this is one of the bags that I make in this video, and it is so amazing. Do you see this cutout detail where my name is? I really hope it's focusing. This patterning, I love this. Not only did I do that, I did a really nice detailing along the entire gusset of the bag with rivets, so it has a nice detailing. And it was my first time trying a belted strap adjuster for a strap, so it came out really cool. It also has this nice detailing on the flap, really nice. I love these bags, and this is unisex, perfect for both male and female. Open it up, this is the interior. It is stuffed right now. I did a lining, has a zipper pocket, zip pocket, and all that good stuff. So this is the bag that I make in this video. I make two of these bags, but I'm only going to show one because it's both the same bag. So if you do want to stick around and watch me make this bag, please give this video a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, let me know what you think, and let's get into the video. Hello! Oh my gosh, it's literally been forever since I've last filmed anything for my YouTube channel, but I'm really excited because today I'm finally starting production on these new bags. And sorry if I sound a little sick. I'm getting over being sick. I've been sick for the last week. I'm getting over it. I'm at the end of it. It's just a little bit of coughing here and there, but oh my gosh, it's been tough, child. But yeah, I haven't been making anything. One, because I was broke. I haven't been having any money in my business. It's been really hard financially in my business, and I was going through a really rough patch, still going through a rough patch. Just didn't have money for materials. Nobody's buying anything right now, and it's just been really hard. So I kind of had to take a break due to me not having the money to move forward, and also just to give myself a break because it's really hard mentally on me. It's been so hard mentally on me, and just dealing with everything has been really tough. So I've been taking a step back, but I'm really excited to start these bags. I'm doing these like saddle bags, and it has this really cool design. I sketched up the stuff, so I'm going to show you the sketch. Today it's August 2nd. It's currently 4:35 p.m. and I'm going to show y'all the sketch so y'all can see kind of the whole idea of what's going on. So let's do that. All right, so this is the sketch of what I am thinking of going with. And excuse the cracks on my iPad, child. I don't know what happened. This thing got cracked. It's getting cracked more and more over time. But yeah, so I'm going with this really nice dark indigo denim, and I'm doing this really cool cutout design on the flap, and on the actual body of the bag my name's going to be embroidered, so it's going to be showing through the cutout, and it's so dope. I'm doing a cool rivet design on the strap connector, and I'm doing like a belt buckle type strap thing. I've never done this on a strap before, like for a strap on a bag. I've only done it for like fanny packs and things like that. I'm kind of excited to try this out and see how it is. I've been wanting to do it for a while, so I'm finally doing it. And then I decided to do like a nice light pink interior because I think the play on light and dark together looks really good. It was one of the only colors that I have that I think would look really good with this, and I also like how it's going to be light on the inside. So this is what I have, and I also sewed up a test piece as well, so I'm going to go ahead and show that too. All right, so this is the test piece. Again, if you've ever seen any of my test piece or like me testing my pattern, you know that the denim is uninterfaced, so it looks terrible, and I just do it to test the pattern and make sure it works. But yeah, I mean, the pattern works. This is going to be the little belted detail on here. It looks a mess because I was testing it out. The actual one's gonna have a little bit of few changes on there, but for the most part the pattern worked. It looks really good. This is going to really be the main part of the bag. It's gonna make everything just oomph, like, and also the detailing. Just this whole bag's gonna be so dope, and it's not hella big. It's like a nice little size, so I'm really excited. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I've done so far in preparation to start production. All right, so this is what I've gotten done so far, as in like pre-production and stuff like that. So as you can see, this is the flap. I've already hemmed everything. I did all of this off camera because again, I was sick and I didn't feel like filming and talking. So yeah, I did all of this off of camera, and this is my first time ever doing this type of detailing or construction on a bag. Super dope. I'm learning how to hem curves and like raw edges and things like that for certain things, and I'm having so much fun with it. I've been using this technique a lot in a few of my designs. And then this is the back side, because the front side is gonna have this really cool padded, I don't even know what it is. I just kind of threw it in the design because I felt like it needed something. And then this is the body piece. Again, I'm going to have my name's actually embroidered on the body piece, and then it's going to show through the whole of the thing, which is so dope. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to sew up the flaps and start working in on that, and then attach those. And then I'm also gonna put my magnetic snaps and things and stuff on, and then I'll check back in once that's done. So let's get into production. It's so weird like actually doing this right now. I don't mean to say that it's weird, I just mean like it's weird being back in front of a camera, like actually getting into this, because it's been a long time, like 4 months I want to say, since I've last filmed for YouTube or just in general. I mean, I've been doing little stuff here and there. I've been doing lives on TikTok showing stuff, but never anything like, I mean, not never, but I haven't done this in a while. So decided to get back into it, so let's do it. That was weird. All right, so I'm already doing my first check-in, and I just kind of want to show you what I was talking about, what I'm going to do for the detailing on the flap. So I have this little piece of denim right here, and I have these layers of batting. I have 3 layers because I want it to be like a nice fluffy look and feel to it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay the flap on top of this, and I'm going to top stitch around this top outline right here. And then hopefully by doing that, it gives it like a nice fluffy bubbly look to the top part of the flap, and then I'm gonna cut the excess off. So originally when I first designed these bags, I only had to cut out on the flap for the whole the bottom of the flap for the hole where my name is going to be, but I was like, it looks too plain, so I added this little detail that I'm about to do, and I hope it comes out nice. And again, I'm using batting, and I'm using batting because I don't want to use a car upholstery foam, because car upholstery foam is normally what I use for like my quilting and things like that, but it's too stiff, and I don't want this to be stiff. I want it to be kind of soft and fluffy and bubbly. So I'm gonna go ahead and top stitch this on, and hopefully it looks nice. So that's what I'm about to do, and let's do that. Alright, so I went ahead and added on that piece, and as you can see, it added a little bit of bubbling, nothing too crazy, and I didn't want to go too crazy. I think it adds a nice touch to it. You can definitely tell from the front, it looks super nice, and I love the 2 rows of top stitching. And this is how it's gonna look essentially when it's all together. This is the back side of the flap, and then of course this is the front side. And when I line everything up, looking super dope, and I'm gonna do a double row of stitching along this as well to match that, and it's gonna look really nice and cohesive. So now that I finally went ahead and did that, this is what the back is looking like. That's gonna be covered up and not showing regardless. So now that I have that, I'm gonna go ahead and sew the flaps together, not the flaps, but the actual flap together, assemble it. So I'm gonna sew right sides to right sides, and then flip them right side out, and then connect and top stitch and close off this whole area. So that's what I'm about to do. This is the next thing, and let's do that. All right, so it is now the next day. It is currently Thursday, August 3rd. It's 4:59, and this is all that I got done yesterday. So this is the flap attached to the back piece, right? Oops, let me not pull it that way. This is the flap attached to the back piece. You know, just what it's looking like. I added the rivets, and I did a double line of stitching as well. This is the front, all that good stuff. So now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is this design. I have this really cool detail that I want to do for the strap connector. I want to do like a rivet. It's not even a really cool detail, it's just a riveting design. I want to do like a riveting design on there, and then it's going to have like a cover to go across. I think it just looks really cool and it adds a nice touch. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I already have my hardware out, so I'm using these solid brass rectangle rings. I was debating between the solid brass rectangle rings, and I have these like square looking ones, but I think the rectangle would look a little bit better. So that's what I'm about to go ahead and start doing. So this is the piece for the strap connector right here, and then I have my gussets already out as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that, and that's what you're gonna see. So let's get into it. Alright, so I went ahead and finished adding on the strap connectors and rivets to the gusset, and it looks so freaking dope. I love this detailing. It's gonna look so cool when it's all together. So now that I have the gussets together, the next thing I'm gonna do is sew up the piping and attach it to the front and back exteriors, because I'm doing piping along the edges as well. I think that'll be a nice touch as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and start sewing up the piping. I already have those case pieces, and then this is the actual piping right here. So I'm gonna sew all this together and then base it onto the front and backs of these right here, and that's what you're gonna see. So let's do that. Alright, so it is now day 3 of production of these dope bags. I don't know what I want to call them yet. I'm kind of still debating on a name. But yes, last night I went ahead and sewed up the piping and attached it to the actual exteriors all along the edge. So that was kind of the last final thing I needed to do before I sew these gussets on. So these are the gussets. Again, I already showed these amazing detail. The hardware on both of them is a little different. It's all solid brass, but this one is a tad bit on the shinier side, and this one's a little bit more matte. And the reason is because I did not have any more of the newer rivets that I get from the place where I order my hardware from. They, I think, changed the finish on it a little bit more to not be so it's still matte, but it's not nearly as matte as this one. You can barely tell, but it's just a tiny little detail. So all the same hardware on this one, and then all the same hardware on this one. So one of them is going to have a little bit more of a shinier everything. It's not that big of a deal because, again, it's not that noticeable. But now what I'm about to go ahead and do is sew up the gussets to the front and back exteriors, and I hope it's nothing too crazy, not too difficult. And the piping on this one, I made it a little bit bigger so I have more room to work with, so I don't have to worry about actually sewing the piping weird or anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead, sew these gussets on. That's what you're about to see, so let's get into that. Alright, so I went ahead and sewed the gussets onto the actual front and back pieces. And honestly, sewing the gussets on wasn't that bad. The curves wasn't too difficult, and since I did make the piping a little bit bigger, it was easier to sew with the piping. It's kind of dark, so you probably won't even be able to see what it's looking like in there, and I don't have to turn these out yet. So I'm just gonna leave those for now, but they're coming out really good. So now what I'm gonna go ahead and start working on is the lining. This is the color that I'm going with. It's like a baby pink. I thought that the pink would look really good as a light little pop of color for the inside. Like the contrast of the light and the dark would be so dope. So I'm doing a interior slip pocket and interior zipper pocket and my interior logo, you know, the normal that I usually do. So first things first, I'm going to start on the zipper pocket, and that's what you're going to see. I don't even know what zipper color I'm going to use yet. I haven't even figured that out, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start doing that, and that's what you're going to see. So let's get to it. Alright, so it is now, I think, day 4 of production on these, and I finally finished up the linings. They look really good. This is the logo of the interior, and then the zipper pocket right there. And then, of course, when you open it up, it has my tag that says made by Revel Gaither, and then this side has the slip pocket on there. So I did both of them. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to try a new technique-esque part of this, I guess you could say. And I'm gonna wrap these in saran wrap. And the reason why I'm doing that is because the way that I sew my linings to my bags, I noticed that when I use a light color for my lining and I'm using a darker color denim as in this shade, sometimes some of the dye will rub off onto the lining and it will make it look dirty and it's really hard to get out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap the lining in saran wrap and maybe use pins to keep it on in hopes that it will kind of add a barrier between the denim and the lining so that the dye doesn't rub off on it and cause that look that I absolutely hate. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try that. Hopefully it works well. So I'm about to wrap these in saran wrap, test it out and see how it is, and that's what I'm about to do. So let's do that. Alright, so I have the linings clipped onto the exteriors and the actual linings are saran wrapped, and I used some pins to kind of hold the saran wrap to the fabric, so I feel like it's gonna work. The only thing I'm worried about is when I go to turn these right side out that I'm gonna stab myself with the pins, so I'm gonna have to be cautious when I'm doing that, but so far so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and sew this together and that's what you're gonna see, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so I sewed them together, and before I sewed them, I actually went ahead and redid them, and I took the pins out and ended up stapling the saran wrap to the lining just so that it would be a lot easier for me to turn these right side out and I wouldn't run into the possibility of stabbing myself, because I hate using pins due to stabbing. So I went ahead, took them out, stapled it. So as you can see, this is the staple that's connecting the saran wrap to the actual lining. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn these right side out now, and hopefully it's not too bad. It shouldn't be, but we are going to see. Ooh, the saran wrap mostly came out, but it's on the denim. I hope I didn't sew it in. No, it's not sewn in. Actually, I think I did accidentally sew. No, that's the staple. Okay, so I think it'll work. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip these right side out, and that's what you're gonna see. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so I sewed up the lining to the exterior, turned them inside out, did all of that, sewed up the rest of the lining, closed it up, and a little bit of the dye did get on the pink interior, which annoyed me a lot. It's honestly pissing me off, but I'm gonna try to get it off with some bleach and little things like that, and just that's normally what I do when that happens, so I'm gonna attempt to do that. But it's looking really good. So this is how it looks. I love the detail of the cutout. So dope. And then the detailing along the gusset is really nice. So they're coming out really cool, really cool. Now the next thing that I need to do, which is the last thing, which is sew up the strap. And I'm loving these bags. I don't know why, I just kind of got like an feeling about this whole project. Like I feel like I'm not gonna be very happy with it, and it's gonna make me just really sad overall. I feel like it didn't turn out how I really wanted it to, which is fine, you know, most things don't, but still, it's just my first design back after 3 months, and I wanted it to be the way that I imagined it to be, and it's not. And it kind of sucks because I feel like I may not be happy with these, but I'm gonna go ahead and still go through with it. Hopefully I feel a lot better once everything is done. So I'm gonna go ahead and sew up the straps. I'm gonna show you the pieces that I have as well. So these are the pieces that I have to do. So this is the bottom half of the strap, and this is where the actual buckle design is going to connect to for the feature of being able to lengthen or shorten the strap through the buckle thing. Super excited to try that out. Hopefully that, I feel like, ties everything together. I have the little belt loop part, so this is what's going to keep the strap snapped, not snapped down, but kind of connected to the actual rest of the strap, if that makes sense. And then these are the actual long strap pieces. So I'm gonna go ahead and sew these pieces up, and then I'll check back in and kind of show you what I have to do next. So let's do that. And hopefully, I really hope that I love this project when I'm done, because oh my god, I don't know. I don't know if it's just I feel like I have so much pressure every time I release something new to just be so extravagant and big and just make everything so good and just it's just pressure I feel like I'm putting on myself. But let me stop ranting. I'm about to start working, so let's do that. All right, so I went ahead and sewed up the little bottom portions of the strap connector part. So I kind of already hemmed it onto the actual hardware as well. So this is a hardware, you can see it's a little belt buckle part. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna add a stitch across here and then insert in the belt loop portion and then maybe do a stitch under that to secure it in. I would do rivets, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to do rivets on this design considering that I have to do the belt loop. So probably just gonna end up doing stitching on this portion. So that's what I'm gonna do and then finish off the strap, and then I'll check back in once I have this on. I'm also gonna rivet the bottom onto the rectangle rings, which is what's gonna connect it to the bag. So gonna do that and then I'll check back in once that is complete. All right, so it has been several days later, probably like about a week now at this point, since I last filmed production of me working on these bags. They are finished. I love them. They came out really nice. And I know in the last few clips I was saying, you know, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. You know, I was like not feeling it, but I've sat with them for a little bit and they've actually grown on me a lot. It didn't come out exactly how I wanted it to, but it still came out really cool, and just I'm really hard on myself. So I just feel like I needed to sit with them and really let them grow on me, and it came out amazing. Like, do you see this? I freaking love this. Like, getting this oval cut out to be perfect, like my name to be perfectly centered with this, the detailing on here with the gusset, and then my first ever time doing this detailing on the strap with the belt buckle, like, and it came out so dope. I love it so much. So that's how the exterior came out, and then for the interior, which I think it's stuffed, yes it is. I know I have to go in and clean a little bit more of the dye off. I didn't do too good of a job. It's still a little bit. And the thing that I was a little unhappy about, but it actually doesn't bother me. I kind of like the look of it when I was cleaning it with the bleach. Like before I even like finished the bags, I was kind of like wiping the linings to try to get some of that dye off with the bleach. And I kind of wiped some of my name tag with the bleach and it kind of bleached a little bit of it, but I kind of like the look of it. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, like the corners of it look a little bleached. I kind of like the look of it. It looks kind of cool, and it almost matches the color on the interior. So I think that looks cool. I might purposely do that to the other one. I kind of like the look of it. So this is the inside. The light pink has the zipper pocket right here, which when you open it up says made by Revel Gaither. It can fit some things in there. And then when you turn it over to this side, you have the slit pocket that you can fit some stuff in as well, and in the center compartment. So this is a small bag, but it's spacious enough to fit all your everyday things. So this is my phone right here. As you can see, it fits in there comfortably, and you can fit a lot more things in there. So this is one of those bags where you can definitely use pretty much every day and fit all your things in. It closes really easily. It has a magnetic snap on this side and on this side, and I just love it. This is how it looks on. So this is how the bag looks on. It's really cool. I love wearing it this way because you get that belted detail in the front along with a little bit of the detailing on the side, and it just looks so freaking cool. I hope it's showing up really good on camera and you can see everything, but I love this freaking bag. It's so comfortable too. Easy access to get in and out of, get all your stuff in. And I just love it so much. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I was really hating on this design. Like, it came out really dope, and I just loved, I keep pointing out this oval detailing, but I really do love this part. Now, I don't know what I'm gonna call these bags yet. I was having a little bit of trouble, or I'm still kind of having a little bit of trouble figuring out a name for this piece, but I kind of know the vibe that this piece is finally giving me, and I was trying to figure out a vibe for it. At first I wanted to call it something that had to do with like alienistic and stuff like that, but the bubbling part of the flap didn't come out how I wanted to, so it doesn't have that alien futuristic look to it that the sketch that I drew out had. So I was kind of going off, okay, what vibe is it? What was I feeling when I was making these? And for me, this project, really, I kind of like this project because it means, like I said kind of earlier in the beginning of this video, the last 3 months have been going through it, like mentally, financially, physically, just completely drained. Like, when I tell you that was the worst state that I've probably ever been in those 3 months, and it was really hard for me to pull myself out of that. And I feel like this project kind of is the start of me getting out of that rut that I was in, and I don't ever want to go back to that. Oh my god, when I tell you it was so bad, I literally had no money. Account consistently was overdrafted, no money, and due to me not having money, I couldn't get materials to make anything, so I couldn't design anything. And just, this project really took a lot of strength for me to get up and actually do. So I kind of want to name it something after that. I don't want to rant about it, but like, child, it was really bad. Like, I normally don't talk about when I go through my well, I talk about it sometimes, but I don't talk about it in detail when I go through my hardships in my business and things like that. And a lot of it, when I do go through my hardships, it's more so mental. That's really what a lot of this is for me, is mental, and just feeling like I'm worthy enough to, I don't know, just good enough for what I am. I'm really hard on myself. So, you know, a lot of the times I'll look around and be like, oh, you know, I'm not here, or I'm not there, or I'm working so hard all the time and I still don't feel this, or I still don't have that. I'm like, am I even supposed to really be doing this? Like, it's just, I always feel like I am not doing something correct, and it really weighs me down a lot. And mentally, when I go, it just taxes me a lot mentally. So I was going through that a lot, feeling like, oh, I'm not really supposed to be doing this. Oh, nothing's ever working out. Like, I feel like nothing ever is going right. I work so hard. I work so freaking hard. It almost, I want to cuss how hard I work. Like, I work so hard, and when you work so hard for such a long time and you put so much into everything, your money, your time, your energy, just, and you don't feel like you're getting anything back out of it, and you're just consistently giving, it's draining. It's very draining. And that's the state I was in. I was drained. I was completely drained on all aspects. In every aspect, I was drained. Like, I literally was dead. I think I spent like a week literally laying in bed just drained. Literally laying in bed sad. Just, anyways, not to keep ranting about that, but that's really what I want this project to be named after. Something that has to do with getting back up and just continuing along your path, no matter how hard it is, you know, stuff like that. I really don't know exactly what name I want to go with, but it's gonna resemble that. And the retail price for these bags are going to be $510 with the duster bag and shipping included in the cost. So meaning you don't have to pay extra for a dust bag or shipping, it's all included in the cost. So $510. Love these bags so much. On a difficulty scale, what I would rate this project, honestly, it really wasn't that difficult. I feel like the patterning stage was more of the more difficult part of this. So I would probably rate this like a 7.5 out of 10 difficulty wise. No, it wasn't crazy difficult. It was a harder pattern to make, but other than that, it wasn't crazy. I loved this project and I'm happy. I feel like I'm finally getting back into the groove of things, and just, I don't know, something feels a little different. I really don't know how to explain it. Something feels different. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I don't know. I'm just trying to keep myself on a positive mindset, just continuing going, because I'm telling you, those last 3 months, it was so bad. I wasn't even posting much because I didn't really, I don't know, it was just bad, and I don't ever want to go back to that. So I'm trying to keep myself away from that and just working, keeping positive and hoping things go right. But yeah, that was me making these new bags. I wish I had a name for them yet. I don't. If by the time this is up, I should have the name, and I'll probably put on the screen what the name of the bags are going to be, because I really do want to have it be named something that resembles that period and also like triumph in a sense. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below, hit the like button, which I just said that. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification so you can be notified when I do upload any of my new videos. And do I have anything else that I need to say? You can purchase these bags now. They should be up on my website depending on when you're watching this. If you watch this video when it first drops, they're available. But if you're watching this video when like way after, they're probably gone. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you in my next one. Deuces.